Hey food allergy mama, have you ever turned down a barbecue or potluck invite just because it felt like too much? The planning and the label checking, the explaining and all the watching, it can feel overwhelming. Honestly, there were summers when I skipped more events than I went to. Not because I didn't want to go, but because it just felt easier to stay home than to manage all the moving parts. In today's episode, I'm sharing a story from a few years ago, back when we were adjusting to food allergies, and just the thought of going to a block party made me want to hide. I'll walk you through how I got out of that low place and found a way to make social events feel more doable and even enjoyable. If you've ever felt that mix of exhaustion and loneliness when everyone else seems to be out having summer fun, this one's for you. Or maybe you just want some tips so you don't have to avoid summer fun in the first place. Stick with me to the end because I'm also sharing a few practical things that have helped us feel more included and less overwhelmed at potlucks and barbecues. Let's get to it. Hey food allergy mama. If you're here, you've likely experienced the scary and lonely food allergy diagnosis with your child. Unfortunately, food allergy parents aren't taught how to navigate the food allergy lifestyle, and it's easy to feel alone and discouraged sometimes. But I'm here to show you that food allergy life doesn't have to feel restrictive, scary, or isolated. I'm Karina, and I'm a 17-year food allergy mom and food allergy coach at Friendly Pantry Consulting. I specialize in making food allergy life safer and less worrisome for food allergy families like yours. I'm not perfect, but over 17 years, I've learned a lot the hard way, and I'm sharing the secrets and resources you won't hear anywhere else that will help you feel confident living with food allergies faster and easier than I did. From introducing allergens, travel, navigating school, and educating friends and family, this podcast will give you the essential tips and strategies you need to help your food allergy child and family thrive. Welcome to the show. Have you heard? I've become a food allergy travel advisor. I can help take the burden of planning a trip off your plate so you can focus on making memories with your family. Email me at karina.meckelborg@fora.travel and we can chat about your dream vacation. You can also sign up for my Food Allergy Travel Secrets email list where I share our family's travel secrets that we've learned after 18 years of traveling with multiple food allergies. Go to friendlypantry.com/travel secrets, all one word, to sign up now. I remember when we were in the thick of figuring food allergies out. There were days when I honestly just wanted to forget that food even existed. No more grocery lists, no more decoding ingredient labels, and no more meal planning, prepping, baking, and cooking. I'd never been someone who really loved cooking, but before food allergies came into the picture, I at least felt confident feeding my family. But after my toddlers were diagnosed with different food allergies, and then later we discovered a new intolerance on top of that, I started second-guessing everything. So if you don't know my story, our oldest had milk and egg allergies until she was about 4 years old when she outgrew them. Then, right about that time was when my youngest was diagnosed with peanut and tree nut allergies, and later she was also diagnosed with a gluten intolerance. So she's doing OIT now, but back then our old go-to meals were not safe anymore. The baked goods I used to whip up were off the table, and forget about any store-bought breads or baked goods, I couldn't find anything safe. Suddenly, I was trying to figure out how to bake everything from scratch while juggling all our allergy-safe meals, and it was a lot. That time brought some low days. I turned down invites to barbecues and potlucks because just thinking about how to make it work felt overwhelming. The idea of explaining food allergies to other people, worrying about cross-contact, and reading through mystery marinades seemed exhausting. And honestly, sometimes it just felt easier to stay home. Over time, I started to notice how lonely I felt. I was protecting my kid from food risks, but I was unintentionally cutting us off from the community as well. And I have the benefit here of looking back over a long amount of time. And I want to tell you guys that if this is you, it's probably worth it to make the extra work and not cut yourself off from others. I truly understand and I get it. And it can be so easy to just say it's just too hard. But if you can, I really want you to focus on it because it does create a loneliness. And I just want to, if I could tell myself that, go back and tell myself that, I would wish I could, so that I would know it's worth the extra effort. So here's how I made it work for us. And hopefully a few of these tips might help you as well. Okay, the first thing when you get an invite is to talk to the host. And I don't do this in expectation of them accommodating the allergies, because some people are just not comfortable. Having this expectation can leave us disillusioned, and it can make the host feel like we're demanding. So instead, making the host aware while also letting them know that we're going to take our own precautions allows them to think about it in general terms and opens that door in case they want to learn more about allergies. And not only that, but I find it easier to tell people earlier. So it's kind of like when somebody calls you the wrong name. Like for me, if somebody calls me Corrine instead of Karina, and I don't correct them right away, it doesn't seem like a big deal until a few weeks go by, and now correcting them feels super uncomfortable. So the same thing can happen with food allergies. If we don't speak up early about what's safe, what's not, and what we need, it only gets harder later. And people get used to how things are, and then it feels like we're suddenly changing the rules. So a quick conversation early on sets that tone, it avoids confusion, and it gives others a better chance to be supportive right from the start. And then when it comes to the day of, I get my daughter to eat beforehand. This way, there's no pressure to eat if it doesn't end up feeling safe at that barbecue. Then number 3, I like to bring our own main dish. Now, whether this is one that you can share with everybody, or if it's actually just a little individual one for your child, that's up to you. But if you decide to just bring something for your child, then what you could do is make a meal during the week and pop an individual portion of it into the freezer and then take it out and warm it at the barbecue. The next tip is to bring a treat to share. And this one I like to always share with everyone, because I feel like my daughter feels the most sad when she can't enjoy treats like everyone else. So if you bring a safe treat to share, your child is going to be eating something safe that they really love, and it's the same as everyone else. So at our house, because of food allergies, we tend to eat really healthy for the most part. So when it comes to parties and social events, I don't actually worry about them eating super healthy. For our block party, we chose to bring safe freezies and potato chips, which are fairly low cost. They have no prep, and they're sure to be a crowd and kid favorite. And bonus, the flavors that we chose were free of the top 10 allergens, just in case someone else had a food allergy. Tip number 5 is to keep your alcohol consumption down. So even if the event is walkable like our block party was, it's important to have at least one adult who can spot an allergic reaction quickly. Now, here's something you may not have thought about. Have you ever thought of hiring a responsible tween to help out at the party? So we didn't do this, but I think it would be a great way to allow you to enjoy the party while also keeping your child safe. So you could hire a responsible tween that it's their focus to be with your child the whole time, to play with them, to help them. And the idea would be to have someone making sure your child doesn't put things in their mouth, to help them wash or wipe their hands frequently. And by having this dedicated extra set of eyes, you might actually be able to relax a little bit and even make a friend or two. So this might be an idea. I don't know if it works for everyone, but it's just a thought that I thought might be helpful. And tip number 7 is one that I talk about here often, and that is to help teach your child what they need to do to keep themselves safe. Knowing that they can help take care of themselves is huge, because it brings a feeling of control over our circumstances that we often feel helpless about. Of course, this is age appropriate, but start early and be consistent, and you will notice it paying off, not only as they're getting bigger, but as they become teens as well. And I want you to check out my free Food Allergy Kids Empowerment Guide, because there's a checklist of things that I taught my daughter, and it's perfect for kids aged 2 to 7. Get that guide for free by going to friendlypantry.com/empowerment. Tip number 8 is to always have your epinephrine injectors, your emergency plans, and your wipes with you. And if you're wondering how to keep your epinephrine injectors at the right temperature, if you're out in the summer heat for this potluck or barbecue or whatever it is, check out episode number 66 because there's some really great options there for all your summertime needs. Tip number 9, do not forget that it's totally okay to leave early if things don't feel right. You never have to feel guilty. If you're feeling worried and the whole thing is not going well, it's okay to leave and do what works for you. So you might be wondering, how did our community block party work out? Honestly, it wasn't perfect. I was still on edge, scanning the food table like a hawk, but my daughter got to run around with the neighborhood kids and feel included. She ate the treats I brought while the other kids ate theirs, and she didn't even blink. And I did get to connect with our neighbors, and some are still friends to this day, which makes it all worthwhile. That day stuck with me. It reminded me that the exhaustion is real and the to-do list can feel endless, but so is the need for connection. We deserve to be part of a community, even if it looks a little different for us. So what do you think? Do you feel comfortable going to events? What are your tips for handling potlucks and barbecues? Let me know by DM on Instagram @friendlypantry. If this episode helped you, please share it with a fellow food allergy parent and leave a 5-star review to help others find the show. Thanks for listening, and bye for now. Before you go, Mama, if you love this episode and want deeper support, head over to friendlypantry.com to see how we can partner together to keep your food allergy child safer and worry less. There's no need for wasting time searching all over Instagram, TikTok, and the web to get the practical knowledge you need for your family. While you're there, grab your free Food Allergy Kids Empowerment Guide or the newly diagnosed checklist today. Topics are not medical advice and are the opinions, views, and property of Friendly Pantry Consulting Incorporated. All rights reserved. Always contact your board-certified allergist immunologist for health advice.